Can Central Sports Cards and Memorabilia offers the widest selection of sports cards and signed memorabilia in the city. For dedicated casual and new collectors, Can Central Sports Cards and Memorabilia has everything a collector could ask for. Everything we sell is stored with care, and with help from our knowledgeable team, we'll help you find exactly what you're looking for. We carry Upper Deck hockey card brands like Series 1 and 2, the Cup, Ultimate, SPA, and plenty more. So what are you waiting for? Come down to Can Central Sports Cards and Memorabilia, Winnipeg's premier sports cards and memorabilia store. Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, MFHL fans, into MFHL Game Day on this Monday night edition on G-Show Productions on gshow.ca, brought to you by Maycan Fasteners and Tools, Terrico Goaltenders, and as you saw during that commercial that played at the start of tonight's broadcast in Can Central Sports Cards and Memorabilia, it's the Eastman Selects, the home side tonight in Niverville, back at home to take on the Pembina Valley Hawks. These two teams have met already once this season, most notably their first matchup of the season, where Eastman took it by a score of 6-2 after Pembina Valley opened up that matchup early in the year with the 2-0 lead. As we take a look at the standings and the results from Week 5, and these are, of course, post-Week 5 standings. The Avros, based on the head-to-head, same amount of points as Eastman, but with that shootout victory last week, that's why the Avros are on top right now. If Eastman's able to come away with a win in this game here tonight with a full 2 points, they would retake first place, but of course they'd have 2 more games played on the schedule compared to the Winnipeg Avros. Overall, I mean, throughout the middle there, 3, 4, 5, the Yellowhead Chiefs, Winnipeg Ice, if they could start to get back in the win column more frequently, maybe we see these teams start to move up more in the standings. Pembina Valley coming into this one with 10 points tonight, and if they're able to come away with a victory, they would tie the Yellowhead Chiefs in the standings for 4th place here tonight. Week 5 scores on the right-hand side of your screen, as we can see there, and don't want to forget about talking about the players that have been tearing it up so far here in the league. One of them going to be featured in this game, one of the top goal scorers so far in the MFHL for the Pembina Valley Hawks, second-year forward in Cassie O'Brien, 8 in 13 games played so far. In terms of the playmakers, we're going to see one of the league's best tonight suiting up for the Eastman Selects and Veda Rigo, as she's over an assist per game at this point in the season. As for the total points leaders, Veda Rigo ending up in the top 5 there, tied for 4th with Lucy Waldner, with 17 points each for these players, but Veda Rigo a bit of a better points per game average at 17 in 12 games played compared to Lucy's 17 in 14 games played. We're going to get a chance to see one of the 2 best goaltenders, or among the 2 best goaltenders in the league so far here tonight, and either Isabelle Labossiere or Addison Tomes, as both of these girls have been electric so far to start off this season. As for the rest of the Week 6 schedule after tonight, there's going to be a break until Friday, where there's going to be a triple header on Saturday and Sunday once again to close out Week 6, just like Week 5 in the MFHL. So yeah, as for this game here tonight, both teams are going to be looking to bring their best. Of course, I know that's Captain Obvious to say, but that's what you got to do. You got to come with your best and bring your best to win in this league, because anyone can beat anybody, to be honest with you, and we've seen that a few times so far this year, as we usually do here in the league. I hope everyone I was driving today had a safe one. I hope everyone that, made it out to this game had a safe ride here as well. Had a bit of car troubles myself earlier today. Long story short, hate winter driving, but yeah, happy that I'm okay in here tonight. This has been the MFHL Game Day pregame show, brought to you by Can Central Sports Cards and Memorabilia, Terrico Goaltenders, and McKenna Fasteners and Tools. I thought my cameraman wasn't going to be here, so I thought, we'd have to go without some commentating for the first little bit, but he's made it here safe as well. We hope you enjoy this one from the comfort of your home, ladies and gentlemen, as it's beginning to feel a lot like winter, and of course, this being one of the final games of the November schedule in the MFHL should be a good one. Relax, settle in, and tune into this thriller here. The first 20 minutes in O Canada. Coming up on MFHL Game Day, the Selects taking on the Pembina Valley Hawks here on G-Show Productions. Enjoy, everybody. Can Central Sports Cards and Memorabilia offers the widest selection of sports cards and signed memorabilia in the city. For dedicated casual and new collectors, Can Central Sports Cards and Memorabilia has everything a collector could ask for. Everything we sell is stored with care, and with help from our knowledgeable team, we'll help you find exactly what you're looking for. We carry Upper Deck hockey card brands like Series 1 and 2, The Cup, Ultimate, SPA, and plenty more. So what are you waiting for? Come down to Can Central Sports Cards and Memorabilia, Winnipeg's premier sports cards and memorabilia store. Welcome in here to Niverville, Manitoba for some MFHL game day action between the Pembina Valley Hawks, the visitors, as we can see on the screen right now, and the other side in the Eastman Selects, who come in with a 10-1-1 record. These teams have actually played each other 3 times already this year, with all 3 games going to Eastman, a 6-2 win back on October 6th. A 5-1 win back on October 27th. And most recently, last week on November 20th, the Selects coming away with a 4-1 victory. How does the Pembina Valley Hawks turn the tide in the season series here tonight? Well, the Eastman Selects keep dominating in the season series so far in the goals for, goals against categories. We'll find out here in the next 60 minutes on MFHL Game Day as we're underway here. Draw one to Normando as Normando has this picked off by number 19, Jessica Anderson. As Anderson tries to get a stick on it again. Loose puck picked up by Grenier and just pushed out of the zone. As it'll be number 15 in Darby, first one on it, sent in deep there by Rory Perrin, giving chase Jessica Anderson along with O'Brien, and almost a turnover for us there. Puck able to get out of the Eastman Select zone here early on. A quick start, definitely something that this Pembina Valley Hawks coaching staff would like to see out of their group, especially against a team like the Eastman Selects, who, once they settle into their game, they're a team that has one of the most smothering forechecks in the league and can really start to hem teams in and not give them much offensive zone time. So this start so far, even though no shots registered for Pembina Valley, gotta be happy if you're their coach, but maybe not happy with this one here as Kennedy Carrier strips a player and shoots wide of the net, as that one going all the way past the Pembina Valley goaltender. So I believe it is Cassia Rakowski starting tonight. Addison Tomes, Team Manitoba goaltender, getting the start for the Eastman Selects. This first period brought to you by Can Central Sports Cards and Memorabilia. Draw pass not able to connect with Duran off the stick of Cox. Is turned over once again into the neutral zone. It's sent in by Cox deep for the Pembina Valley Hawks, making Vader Rigo have to go chase this one. Reverses it back to Beavis, as Beavis now pressured by number 9, who nice draw by Leah Clausen to tie her up along the board. Sawatsky coming in for some help, but Eastman able to work this puck well enough out off of the stick now behind the back, deflected off number 16 in Sophia Heidinger. As now Eastman trying to establish a presence on the forecheck, but Pembina Valley just able to get it out, forces Chloe Carrier to pick this up again to send it off the boards. Heidinger, reverse pass behind the back to Scott Cook, feeds a girl, and Dixon now is Dixon going in, challenging number 8 for this Pembina Valley Hawks team, who I believe that's an AP for them tonight. As this sent all the way out now. And into the Eastman Select zone. 17:36 remaining on the first period clock. We're still scoreless here. Leah Clausen just giving chase there on Lexi Ramillard. Now stripped away by Jessica Anderson along the boards. Fed to number 12 in Arkle. Arkle to the point, shot through, but not on net. Now to Beatty again. Her shot this time blocked up by the skate of Scott Cook. Loose puck now picked up. So it's fluttering in the air for a moment by Perrin. Perrin now closest to the puck, sticks this down low into the direction of Arkle. Side on the net picked up by Anderson, works it to the point. Anderson will get it back, but contested well there by 14 in Lexi Remillard. Still not able to be sent out off the boards, that time by Abby Dixon by this Eastman team. So it rims around, but not able to get by Beatty as she's there along the wall. Arkle trying to scoop this puck out as well to help out Beatty. Perrin also in there along with 2 Eastman Selects players, Scott Cook as well as Chloe Carrier. Refs telling the players to move it, and this puck finally moved along the boards and possessed by this Eastman Selects team as they're able to come away with that puck battle win, but unable to clear it out still. Dixon just slides it out now past number 11 and Victor. As just from outside the blue line, Dixon sends it in on net, goes off for a change. Turnover high up here in the Eastman Select zone, but can't do anything with it. They weren't able to maintain possession of the puck. Bounced off the boards for this Pembina Valley team as the Hawks try to send their players in on the attack, but they can't. Nice move by Blake Hawes at her own blue line now past the Pembina Valley blue line. Oh, almost a highlight reel beauty finished off there from Blake Hawes, but lost a handle on it the very last moment. Now Cox in the neutral zone, chips it to the left, trying to get past Normando with speed, but Normando, nice job of staying on her off the side of the net. That goes and into the glove of Tomes. with 15:39 remaining here in this first period of action. You're watching MFHL Game Day here on G Show Productions. Just going to check something, folks, and I'll be right back here to commentate some more. Sent all the way into the Pembina Valley Hawk zone, now turned over onto the stick of Schroeder. Schroeder shot off of the glove arm of Rakowski and sent out of this Pembina Valley Hawk zone. Rebound was loose, but no one there for the Eastman Selects to get it. Kennedy Carrier retrieves this puck first. Now taking down number 6 and Emma Rock. No penalty called on the play here as this puck sent all the way down into the Select zone. It paddled to Beavis from Tomes, now deflected into the Hawk zone off of the stick of Isabella Carrier, but came before the red line. So with that, we got another stop and play here, and another face-off coming inside of the Eastman Select zone this time. Carrier tried her best to redirect that, but couldn't do enough to control that in her favor. Now picked up and controlled by Carrier again. She has different plans this time. Oh no! The Pembina Valley Hawks have different plans themselves as they shut her down off the rush. Now sent in deep past Beavis. Shielding the puck, Jessica Anderson gets it up to the point to Darby. Darby tries sending it back to Anderson. The board's clogged up well there by Isabella Carrier. Now picked up again by this Hawks team. Huge block there by Veda Rigo. So that's been prevalent in the Eastman Selects game so far here tonight. Only one shot for Pembina Valley. Seems like they should have more, and that's credit to the Eastman Selects for getting into those shooting lanes. As this sent all the way out now, Beavis gets it past Beatty, but gonna be too far for Heidinger to get. She somehow beats out this icing though as the refs notice her effort and call it off. As Heidinger works away down low, draws a penalty in the process as well as Dixon attempts to keep this down low too, gets it to Heidinger. It's now finally picked up by Beatty and touched up to signify a penalty. Coming up 2 minutes to the Pembina Valley Hawks. With 13:40 remaining, the Eastman Selects look to put their girl advantage to the works. 2 minutes for hooking on number 14 and Emily Beatty. So that sends Eastman to the first special team sequence of the night. Brought to you by Can Central Sports Cards and Memorabilia. Draw one by the Hawks. Trying to maneuver away from the check-in of Heidinger was Rock, but couldn't as Heidinger took the puck away. Now at the point, play to Lexi Remillard. Remillard sends this down low quickly to Heidinger. Has a bit of trouble with it, but settles it down, gets it back to Remillard. Now playing give and go, 14 and 16. Sent across to Chloe Carrier. Now to Lexi Remillard. Surveys her options, doesn't like what she sees, goes back to Chloe Carrier. Now back to Remillard, low shot there, rebound! Oh, nice save made by Rakowski to keep it out. This puck just getting past Chloe Carrier off the boards for a clear for this Pembina Valley Hawks team. It's going off for a change. Eastman, lucky that puck didn't touch any of their players. Never know when the refs are going to call too many a girl penalty, and that time could have been warranted, but got away with it not touching their girls. Going off for a change. Now Scott Cook tries dangling in, but nice shutdown by number 8, I believe, the AP for this Hawks team. Coming up huge on the penalty kill. 46 seconds remaining in the Emily Beatty 2-minute tripping penalty. This is played up to Blake Haas. Kicks it out to Delaney Rigo. Rigo tries playing it up the boards, but it'll be cut off by Pembina Valley Hawk. And that gets sent all the way down again by this Hawk squad. First one on it, Joel Normando. 25 seconds remaining on this Eastman girl advantage. Played up, pass onto the tape of Grenier as she breaks and drops this to Callie Remillard, but Remillard can't get the shot through. Nice block by this Hawks team. Backhand pass up to Haas. Plays it across to Joel Normando. 10 seconds left now in the Eastman power play. One more chance potentially as the goaltender starts to bang her stick. That shot wide of the net, ineffective, but out in front. Lucky bounce for Eastman, but can't take advantage of it as Rakowski strong enough to make the save to cover things up. 5th shot of the night for Eastman. So we get a stoppage with 11:35 remaining on the first period clock. Schroeder will be tossed out of this draw. Draws Isabelle Carrier in as Isabelle Carrier loses that draw. This time around as it's played D-to-D for the Hawks. Turned over though. Vaderigo, nice move. Has a girl with her, decides to shoot. Turned aside now, trying to pass on a potential wraparound chance, but was going to be cut off. So that's why she decided to feed it. But not to be for the Selects team. Is now coming down. Perrin pulls up, shoots, but a nice glove save. Waiting for it there was Addison Tomes to make her 2nd of the night. So face-off will come inside of the Select zone here. It's their top line out in Anderson, Perrin, and Arkle. As this draw tied up. Both Schroeder and Anderson. Possession for the Hawks now as they send this on net, but tipped wide as it didn't get through. Turnover though, high up in the zone. Now battling with it, Vaderigo jumping up from her D-zone spot, her defensive position. To try to rush that puck up. Perrin sends it on net. So that'll force another face-off inside of the Eastman zone. Getting a fresh set of legs on are the Pembina Valley Hawks. It'll be Chase Braun taking the draw. She wins it to Beatty, who fresh out of the box sends this wide of the net. Goes off the backboards, picked up by this Eastman Selects team along the wall, though. Nice job by the Hawks defense to keep this in, which they do. Sent in all the way by Braun, giving chase. Sawatsky. This gets played D-to-D to Rigo. Goes off the backboards back to Beavis, and Beavis gives it right back to her. And now Vaderigo pressured, sends it right back again to number 7 Beavis, who plays it up the right side, but not strong enough on the chip there. Out was Heidinger, so this one stays in. Off the boards now. This one getting a good bounce for this Selects team, but picked off in the neutral zone by this Hawks team just as quickly as that puck exited the zone. Now trying to dangle through Vaderigo up the left wall. Still continuing with it. Now loses it in her feet and now trying to just pin it along the boards. Waiting for some support. Trying to get this puck free. It does get loose and cleared out of the Pembina Valley Hawks zone is at the blue line. Scott Cook failed to send that one in. She decides to go off for a change. As Darby will reverse it now back to number 14 in Beatty. As this puck still in the Hog zone. Loose puck out to Delaney Rigo now. She able to fight through the check into Kelly Remillard. That shot just wide of the net. Sorry, it was Lexi Remillard who took it. Sometimes one of the most difficult teams to call here in the league, to be honest with you. And the game goes as fast as it does, and they got 5 players, 3 of them with the same last name, the other 2 also with the same last name. As this to Hepner into the slot. Grenier can't get enough of that one as she had a stick interfere with that chance. Good defense from this Hawks team. Now the Selects team settling into their offensive zone attackers, so I thought. As Pembina Valley now able to exit out of the zone. Duran just takes a shot from long ways out. Just inside the blue line. Delayed offside on the play. Having some trouble with the pocket there is Normando along the board. Sending it out, though, were the Selects to survive for now. Arkle chips this off the boards, but can't get it past number 3 in Schroeder. Schroeder can get past Arkle, so that another turnover. This shot wide of the net for the stick of Jessica Anderson along the close boards now. Puck scooped up by Schroeder. She gets body to the ice. No call there on Jessica Anderson as we continue here at 5-on-5. Just over 8 minutes remaining. This puck ends up to the point, kept in by number 8 AP for this Hawks team. Sends it in deep as Normando being pressured there by 2 Hawks players. Now sent up the boards from this Selects team. But D-to-D, this Hawks team goes and chips it in once again. Perrin was contemplating maybe going off for a change, decides not to. Now she's the support player out there, gets that to the point, but into the skates it goes of number 11 in Ella Victor. Heidinger giving chase there now. First on Victor, then on Anderson. Picks up this puck, gets it to Dixon. Dixon now trying to weave her way through, muscling through almost. Stopped up, just gets this down low to Scott Cook. Played up the boards. Coming to Valley, having some trouble getting out. Held strongly by Rigo. Got it to Heidinger, but she had that puck stripped away by a Hawks player. As Dixon spins away from the pressure at the half wall. Sends it down low for Heidinger, but off of her stick. Now jumping up for her point. Veda Rigo, shot from a sharp angle. Unable to get through as Heidinger was tied up. Now Beavis whips this down low, but out of reach for her teammates. It'll be Rock for Pembina Valley. First one on it. Almost turns this over, though. Heidinger in good position. Surveying her options. Goes to the front of the net there. Delaney Rigo, but could not elevate it. As another stop made by Rakowski. She smothers the rebound. So on the other side, we got to look at Addison Tome staying ready for what may come her way in the next 6 minutes and 47 seconds here of this first period. Still scoreless. Hepner taking the draw against Braun, won by Hepner to Beavis. Beavis was looking to unload, but lost sight of that puck and a handle on it. That shot blocked on its way through. Callie Remillard trying to get to that rebound, but was closed off well by this Pembina Valley Hawks team. Now Beavis from the point. This time gets it through a screen, but Rakowski, say on her toes, but she was in that butterfly position on her knees. Sturdy to make the save. So that's her 9th of the evening so far. Puck now sent out of the Hawk zone and up for Cox. Cox passes across to Duran, drops that to O'Brien Dingland, backdoor. Oh, Pembina Valley can't connect with it. And with that, we're still scoreless. Their best chance of the night goes out the window. A nice pass and play from that trio there. Duran, Cox, along with O'Brien. Just couldn't quite finish on that backdoor. As Hepner sends it in low on ice. Sorry, that's Delaney Rigo. In on net. Kennedy Carrier banging home at that rebound, but smothered up by the Hawks, and a flock of Hawks come to the defense of their goaltender. And Cassia Rakowski there. It's the whistle blew. Rakowski gives some taps to her teammates. Draw one by Eastman. That shot low and wide of the net there. Off the stick of Chloe Carrier. Sent now towards the face-off circle and out from this Pembina Valley Hawks team. No icing on the play call. Once again, there's been a few times where these refs just let these players play and just wave these icings off. This one remains below the Select's goal line for now. Can't get it out at that point as Pembina Valley holding strong. And that was something that was really impressive in Eastman's win on Saturday here on the network, was that point's ability to hold pucks in. Now we're seeing same type of result in moments in this game. How that benefits this Pembina Valley Hawks team, as Eastman not as much success breaking out here tonight early on. We'll see what type of adjustments they make as this game moves along to have better success on their zone exits. As this puck into the corner, played up to the point, but can't be held in by Blake Hawes. As Hawes going all the way back down to her own end to retrieve this puck. Hawes, makes a nice move there. Simple one on Jessica Anderson. Opposite way of where her momentum was going, she cut that way. As in the feet of Chase Braun, this puck is trying to kick it up. Is the Eastman Select team, but can't. Loose puck now goes D to Blake Hawes just before the red line. Sends this off the boards. Now Cheyenne Scott Cook gets a handle on it. Continues this applied pressure into the Hawk zone for the moment. Now below the goal line, 2 Hawks there. Dixon trying to help out number 16 in Heidinger, but puck gets past her. And now almost out of the Hawk zone, but the Selects doing a good job of holding the line there. DDD Darby goes back. Number 11 and Ella Victor, but Victor's pass up gets intercepted by number 17 Vader Rigo, kicks it to the middle. Number 5 and Lexi Remillard, or Callie Remillard, who had that stripped away from her. Puck gets over top and pass O'Brien, and back into the Select zone now is number 9 and Leah Clausen gives chase. But as Vader Rigo with some wheels, generating speed through the neutral zone, now into the Hawk zone. That shot side of the net turned aside once again by Cassia Rakowski. .3:12 remaining in this first period of action. Draw one by this Hawks team, but turned over down below. There's a call coming up here. A bad hit into the boards afterwards. Once that puck ended up down below. With that, it'll be Emma Rock going to the box. As obvious as ever on that one, a boarding penalty. The ref was right there to see it with their own 2 eyes. Pretty clearly. So with that, we go back to a Eastman Selects power play, their second of the game so far here in this first period in the final minutes. Brought to you by Can Central Sports Cards and Memorabilia, Winnipeg's premier sports cards and memorabilia store. Be sure to check out their website, cancentralsportscards.com today. Reese Beavis off of her neck, gets a good bounce as that ends up onto the stick of Vader Rigo. Cassie O'Brien in the area for Pembina Valley, trying to get a stick on that puck to force a turnover. She does, now onto the stick of Duran in the corner. She looks to try to eat this puck along the boards, but nice job by Beavis to take it away. Puck into the neutral zone, sent in again by this Hawks team. Sloppy puck movement here in this first half of this power play for this Eastman Selects team as they try to get something going here in the final minutes of this period. Now Vader Rigo able to get in down the left side, drops it to Isabella Carrier that dangles, but too much congestion in front. Is that one blocked up? Now it's Isabella Carrier who comes in for support, scoops up this loose puck down low, gets it to Chloe Carrier. Now back to Isabella Carrier, into the slot. Oh, nice save made there by Cassia Rakowski in tight. The Selects player had a player draped all over here. Now into the slot again, in the feet of a Hawks player, and sent out finally by Cox with 34 seconds remaining as 34. Addison Tomes comes out to leave that puck for Chloe Carrier. Carrier surveying her options, looks right, doesn't like what she sees there, so continues up left. Tries to send a cross-ice pass to Isabella Carrier in the neutral zone, but can't connect with it. And for Pembina Valley, 10 seconds away from a near-perfect penalty kill here. This puck just gets out of the zone, sent in again by number 8 for the Hawks, as we are now officially back to even strength. One of the worst power plays I think we've seen all year here from this Eastman Selects team, as the puck movement, the flow is just not here for this team. Nice job by the Pembina Valley Hawks early on in that one, though. And it all started with Cassie O'Brien's a good stick to force that turnover. Eastman wasn't able to really enter the zone for that first minute at all of that power play. So this gets rimmed around. Under a minute left here in this scoreless first period on MFHL game day, as this one finally called for an icing. Something the refs haven't called much of tonight. There's been more whistles compared to the last few matchups here on MFHL game day as well. In this one specifically tonight. Coming up, we'll have a little first intermission report, as well as, going for a little break as we got to get our iPad charged up. Making me kind of nervous here tonight, as maybe nervous times for Pembina Valley late here in the period. Cassia Rakowski able to keep that out. Cassia, that is, Rakowski with 10 seconds left. Eastman with another grade A scoring chance in that slot area, kept out by Rakowski as this sent into the neutral zone. Time expires. And with that, shots 13-6 in favor of the Eastman Selects. But it's scoreless here after 20 minutes of play. A lot of zone entries from both teams. Both teams made a good effort, a concerted effort, to send the pucks deep and go after it on the forecheck. Cassie Rakowski having a key first period, keeping it scoreless here. Perfect on 13 shots so far. Thought that for the Pembina Valley Hawks, really strong finish to that period on the penalty kill. Of course, getting that key save late in the dying seconds from Rakowski. Overall, from the Eastman Selects team, it's been a team at times this year hasn't come out with the best jump. Within about 2-3 minutes into the period, we see that jump come alive into their game. This time around, we saw it happen once again, but on the power plays, on special teams, where we've seen this team work the puck so well and establish the zone so well and keep good amounts of offensive zone time-wise. Yeah, we didn't see that tonight. It's been, overall in their breakouts, a bit sloppier than we've seen. I think that's a credit to Pembina Valley doing something similar to what Eastman did, which is bottling up that blue line pretty nicely, along the boards especially. So, yeah, I think once Eastman is able to transition out of their own zone with more success and get more fluid transitions through the neutral zone and establishing the zone, getting to their bread and butter, which is that forecheck, better things might start to happen for this team, which overall they did have some good things happen in that past period. We're going to send it to our first intermission promo screen here. In this MFHL Game Day stream, brought to you by McKenna Fasteners and Tools, Terracoat Goaltenders, and Can Central Sports Cards and Memorabilia, the Selects and Hawks skate to a scoreless 0-0 tie after the first 20. What does the next 20 have in store? Stay tuned to find out. We'll see you soon, everybody. Can Central Sports Cards and Memorabilia offers the widest selection of sports cards and signed memorabilia in the city. For dedicated casual and new collectors, Can Central Sports Cards and Memorabilia has everything a collector could ask for. Everything we sell is stored with care, and with help from our knowledgeable team, we'll help you find exactly what you're looking for. We carry Upper Deck hockey card brands like Series 1 and 2, The Cup, Ultimate, SPA, and plenty more. So what are you waiting for? Come down to Can Central Sports Cards and Memorabilia, Winnipeg's premier sports cards and memorabilia store. Welcome back into MFHL Game Day, where on this Monday night in Niverville, Manitoba, it's the Eastman Selects and Pembina Valley Hawks taking on each other, as it was a scoreless first period. 13-6, the shots in favor of the Eastman Selects in our first period, brought to you by our lovely sponsors, most notably in Can Central Sports Cards and Memorabilia, Winnipeg's premier sports cards and memorabilia shop. Or stores, I should say. Taking a look at the standings heading into this lone game here tonight on the schedule. The Selects, if they're able to come away with the 2 points with a win, they would move past the Avros again, up 2 points with 2 games more play than them once tonight has concluded. Avros currently with the head-to-head tiebreak to have first in the standings, based on the 2-1 shootout win they had against Eastman last Friday. As for Pembina Valley, impressive period from them. Really good saves from their goaltender in Cassie Rakowski. Some prime chances, one most notably backdoor, where they were so close but unable to connect to break things open in the scoring in this game. But if they're able to take home the 2 points tonight for themselves, they would move into a tie with the Yellowhead Chiefs for 4th in the league. And yeah, we'll have to see how it plays out for, one of these two teams if they're able to move up here in the standings here tonight. As for the rest of the Week 6 schedule, doubleheader on Friday night, then a tripleheader on Saturday as well as on Sunday. To check out the full schedule and scores, stats, standings, whatever else to do with the MFHL, check out their website at www.mfhlu18AAA.com. For the Eastman Selects, for this period coming up, didn't get off to the best start in terms of their pace. I think they'll be looking to come out with a lot more pace coming up this period and looking to get settled in on their forecheck, establishing that so they can start to do what they've done so well against every team they've had success against so far this year, which is hemming teams in on the forecheck, making it tough for them to break out. For the Pembina Valley Hawks, for them, this is a team that, based off of the scores, sure, hasn't looked the greatest against Eastman. A 6-2 loss on the 6th. Most recently, a 4-1 loss, and then before that, a 5-1 loss. But let's not forget, on October 6th, this was a team that went up 2-0 on Eastman before Eastman scored 6 unanswered. So for Pembina Valley coming up, great. You had some good looks in that first period. You were able to survive in your defensive zone. You got good saves from Cassie Rakowski. But how do you take it to that next level now? Against one of the league's best. Literally tied in points for the most in the league right now in the Eastman Select. So we got Pembina Valley entering onto the ice right now. Eastman will follow. It's period number 2 coming up here, live from Niverville, Manitoba on MFHL Game Day. Enjoy the next 40 minutes, everybody. We'll be back in just a moment. And with that most recent whistle, we get a face-off draw inside of the Hawk zone as Rakowski currently adjusting her helmet. Referees, of course, have to wait until the goaltender's ready to play. Can't play without a mask, of course. Unlike back in the old days where I can't believe they ever played that position without a mask, and it only took someone basically breaking their face, getting a bunch of stitches for the mask to be born. As this one turned over, side of the net, Eastman pressure, and that shot fluttered on net, rebound created though, Eastman can't yank away at it, it's now picked up by Shane Scott-Cook, sends a low one on net, sticked away by Cassie Rakowski. Now this Eastman selects pressure, starting to take form as Heidinger from the point slides a shot wide of the net, as tries to get a pass back to her off of that stick of number 15 and Scott-Cook. Lexi Remillard now takes a spill in the corner, loses her edge. Is Pembina Valley able to get this one out, worked up? Number 5 and Hildebrand. Hildebrand now being tangled up along the wall, rimmed out along the wall there by number 10 and Chloe Carrier. It's reversed down low. Chloe Carrier back on the puck again. Trying to maneuver away from these Pembina Valley Hawks forward checkers. Gets it to a teammate. Now it's passed up to Maya Grenier. Grenier now working in down the left side, just wide of the net. That shot goes. She was trying to go short glove hand side on Rakowski. At the point now, sent in deep again from the Selects team as they hold strong at the line, similar to what we saw on Saturday. Blake Hollis now jumping up to attack, but that puck turned over and sent all the way out to the Select zone for an icing. Draw will be to the right of Rakowski, draw one by her Hawks teammates, but nice job by Eastman to take this away in the corner. Played up to the point for Normando. She just put a Hawks player to the ice. Shot from Remillard at the point. Callie Remillard, that is. It's just wide of the net. It's the refs on the way past. Just the net. Shot turned aside by Rakowski again. Gets to the point and once again sent onto a Select stick from Hawes. Holding the line, Hawes now picks this puck up. Hawes unloads this shot, rebound there once again, picking it up. Callie Remillard bite off of a body, that goes wide of the net. It's the Select sending everything at them right now. Here's a chance, Callie Remillard turned aside by the mask of Rakowski. Net goes off in the process. Remillard was contemplating going backdoor cross crease pass to Isabella Carrier, but nice job by Pembina Valley to take that passing option away. Forced Remillard to take the shot, and Rakowski in good position, hugging that post to make it. Tied up along the face-off draw. That turned over, though. Isabella Carrier's pass couldn't go to Beavis. Player picked it off. Perrin now with the shot. Wide of the net, down the left side. Off the side of the net it goes now. And onto the stick of Schroeder. Schroeder sends this behind Isabella Carrier, but she's able to pick it up. Going from inside, outside. No, sent to the net. Tip, but nice aggressive save made by Rakowski. Out of her net to play. Rebound there. This time for Eastman. They put that away. To finally draw first blood in this one here tonight. It's just outnumbering the Hawks going to the net. Rakowski, interesting as she sees no one covering that player in front on that initial tip, so she gets really aggressive, get on top of her crease, even further out than that, just. Which eliminated the chance at first, but then Pembina Valley continued to scramble in their own end. Eastman able to keep it in. Just too many numbers going to the net. Left a loose puck open for Isabella Carrier to put it home on the third chance by Rakowski. Number 35 did all she could. That goal brought to you by our second period sponsors, one of them Interico, serving Manitoba producers for over 80 years in the agricultural industry. Find out why they're so trusted at gshow.ca. Dixon almost taking that away off of her skate. This gets played up ahead to Perrin. Perrin trying to go with speed, but gets cut off. Spins around, tries sending that to the net, but it didn't get there. Now Anderson forces a turnover. Arkle just decides to send this in deep, going off for a line change. It's Pembina Valley looking to keep these lines fresh. A stick gets in the lane of that pass attempt out. Doesn't allow for Eastman to break out of the zone just yet. Trying to go up the middle, but once again, off of the back of an Eastman Selects player, and this forces a turnover. Duran fed it to, I believe, O'Brien. Plays it up to Darby. Her shot just wide of the net, off of the backboards. That a bad bounce for Pembina Valley. Good one in favor for the Selects. And Heidinger stone cold on the breakaway chance there from Rakowski. As another huge save here for number 35. Now here's Cassio O'Brien maneuvering to the right, to the outside. Runs out of real estate, decides to just rim this down deep. So O'Brien now comes down low, trying to maneuver to the net with some tight dangles in tight. But could not, as that long shot sent in. Heidinger, almost a own goal opportunity, as I believe Heidinger influenced that stick from Rock to put that shot on net on Rakowski. This 35 had to be sharp on that one from her own teammate. Eastman at the line, unable to hold this in. Good effort by Pembina Valley to get it out. Back in the neutral zone now. Chipped in. Heidinger. Hepner, that is cast in the middle. Hepner, just turned aside by the glove. Number 35 and Rakowski also had Grenier with her. Now in the slot. Loose puck for Grenier. Scores! Well, we call the slot area, I guess, many things it can go by. Either the house, the money spot, or you could just simply call it the slot. No matter what the case is, Eastman doing a really good job of getting players there, outnumbering the Hawks once again out front on that opportunity. And the girl covering Hepner did her job. But where's the rest of the Hawks defense? No one in sight to cover Maya Grenier as she picked up that loose puck. And once again, Rakowski doing all she could. Maybe wanted to have that one back, as that wasn't the strongest shot in the world, but accurate enough to make its way past Rakowski to give this Eastman Selects team a 2-0 lead now. Picked up now by Kennedy Carrier. Sends it on net. Good bounce for Eastman as it's on the Schroeder's stick, or Schroeder. Going off of a stick or a skate of a Pembina Valley Hawks player, just couldn't put the finishing touches on that chance. As this puck all the way down into the select zone again. For the first time in a little bit here, and they're unable to break this out successfully, as at the point, number 6, Emma Rock holds it well. Now down low to Jessica Anderson, who tried to play a behind the back pass to Leah Clausen, but that one didn't go. Stretched up nicely. Number 18 in Delaney Rigaud, who splits the D. Delaney Rigaud, she's in alone. Oh, loses a handle on it at the end there. No call there from the referees, as Rigaud plays it to the point for Veda, and Veda has that snatched down by the glove of number 35 in Cassia Rakowski. 11:41 remaining here in this period. sent back into the Hawk zone as they go D-to-D. Darby up the boards. Her attempt up. Intercepted by Vader Rigo. Has Heidinger going to the slot. That one fanned on by 16. Off of that feed from Vader Rigo as she heard her calling. The pass maybe just a bit off. Not quite in the perfect spot in that wheelhouse for Heidinger. Stretched up to Dixon though. Can't get it up across past the stakes of Darby. Meant skates. I believe I just said stakes. The stakes in this one high right now for this Pembina Valley Hawks team. In terms of them in jeopardy of falling in this game here tonight. Still a lot of time left, just coming up on the 30-minute mark of this one, and just before we can get there, an icing called on the play. We'll get a draw sent back into the Pembina Valley Hawks zone here coming up as we welcome our other sponsor for this period onto the screen. That's going to be featured with the scroll and text and goaltenders, your goalie's personal video review service. Check out their website at Gordy Tomlinson Goalies for more. GordyTomlinsonGoalies.ca. That is. As Danielle Hepner picks up a loose puck. Nice job to dangle pass. Trying to dangle through another. Gets into the zone somehow, but finally cut off by Emily Beatty. Now back onto the stick of number 19, who just decides to send this in deep. Callie Remillard giving chase. Trying to pin up Ella Victor, which he does. Now into help Schroeder, which gets this puck loose. To Callie Remillard, loses an edge on the play as she tried to spin away in that corner. But no call on the play as this gets past Eastman. Players now into the stick of Duran. Has O'Brien heading to the net. Rebound turned aside. Well enough by Tomes to not allow for O'Brien to get a handle on that one. As Hepner now skating through the middle, shielding the puck. Has Grenier with her. Drops it to number 9 as that one turned aside from Rakowski on the most recent goal scorer in this game. Whipped into the slot. No looker. Turned aside and carried away by this Hawks team. But a miss pass goes all the way down. And all the way down for an ice, and it goes. Sending another face-off draw inside of the Pembina Valley Hawks end. So this draw will be won by the Selects team for a moment, but battled away nicely there by the Hawks, so they're able to get possession and get it out. A player taken down. That's a Select. Along the boards, Blake Haas, no call on the play. Played up neutral zone. Oh, nice move by Leah Clausen to the middle, but lost the handle on her second attempt upon entering in. Stretched her pass to the middle. Delaney Rigo tries feeding across ice for Isabella Carrier. Carrier with not much left to do. Sent it in to the Hawk zone, which he gets a chance to take this to the net. She does. Now picked up by Delaney Rigo. Rigo wheeling around on the backhand. Not pressured right now, but kept on that outside. That shot through, but tipped wide of the net there from Isabella Carrier. No high stick on the play. That shot from the slot turned aside by Rakowski. Another backhand unable to get through past the skate. Number 7 in Chance Braun. Finally played out by this Hawks team as they're able to survive for the time being. 7:55 left here on the first period clock. Dixon now chasing down this loose puck. How's it go? Heading to the net. Oh, nice save by Rakowski. Rebound there. And oh, wide of the net it goes. Off the stick of Heidinger. Net off. So that's why we get a whistle on the play. So if there's been one thing that Pembina Valley has done well, despite getting outnumbered at times in front of their own net, it's that player who's covering that player in the prime scoring area in the slot is doing a really good job of just getting her stick on her stick and not allow for the best shot in the world on net. Made things, I guess, a bit easier on Rakowski on those chances. And right now, if you're Pembina Valley, you need to be opportunistic here. You need to find a way to start capitalizing more on your chances, or at least on one to get it started, as they're still shut out in this game. Here's a chance, speaking of, but kicked out. Far enough from Tomes for no danger on the rebound. Ella Victor now regroups in her own end a bit before sending up the boards to Anderson, whose pass goes wayside for number 12 in Arkle. Rim to Heidinger, who goes off the boards. Nice touch feed up to Scott Cook, whose backhand pass way off the mark behind Abby Dixon as she was heading to the net. Scott Cook cuts off that puck along the boards, decides to go off for a change after sending it in deep. Outlet girl, that one past Arkle. Duran was calling for it as she was breaking through that neutral zone with speed, waiting for that pass. Of course, never got to her. Now, Duran tries to use some hand-eye to bat that puck down, but can't. This almost gets past Rock, picked up by a Selects player. Rock, short pass over to Arkle. But Arkle turns it over. It's to Callie Remillard down low, who's driving behind the net. Reverse pass behind the back to Hepner, that is, to the slot for Grenier. Couldn't get that through. That shot now from the point gets through, turned aside by Rakowski. Hepner off the boards to Chloe Carrier. That shot through traffic but wide of the net. It goes as Duran tries to feed it to the middle. Now the Pembina Valley Hawks able to get out. O'Brien has Duran with her, feeds it to her. Duran, her shot turned aside by the goaltender and number 34 for this Selects team in Tomes to get another stop and play. 5:47 remaining here in this frame. The Hawks, some good chances throughout their 10 so far. Been spending a lot more time in their own end this period compared to the last. And Schroeder, her pass behind Isabella Carrier as that goes down for an icing. .5:36 left on the clock as number 3 in Schroeder wins the draw for the Selects team, but a tie-up on it allows for Pembina Valley to stick with it and almost get possession of it. Back cross ice feed attempt into the skates of Darby. She winds up on the way in and has her shot turned aside by Tomes. With another face-off coming inside of the Select zone. Chance Braun to take it now. In again, Schroeder. Draw one cleanly this time by the Hawks. Nice block there. And number 18 in Delaney Rigaud. Sacrificing the body. Giving chase on Darby. Almost strips her from the puck. As Braun having some trouble along the wall there. Gets stripped by Isabella Carey. And now Schroeder down low. Continues on the forecheck. Sawatsky kicks this to the middle for Braun, who goes off the boards. That one too strong for number 5. And Skyla Hildebrand as goes down for an icing, which will set up a defensive zone face-off draw for Pembina Valley. Strakowski chatting with their teammates, giving them some instruction, maybe some words of encouragement. Not too sure. Sometimes wish we had these players mic'd up. Think we might hear some funny things too during these mic'd up sessions, along with that intensity. Maybe something we do down the line when we have the equipment and the permission to do so. So that pass deflects off of the blade of Sawatsky in the neutral zone. It remains now into the Select zone. Chipped out and into the neutral zone again as Heidinger battles along the wall. Scott Cook trying to get in there for support. But puck remains in Pembina Valley's possession and sent in deep. Trying to catch Eastman. Lacking here. Fresh line change out in front. Perrineau denied in tight by Tomes. So you can hear the call from the bench pointing that out. The Hawks executing on the pass and play, but not able to get past that right pad of Tomes. Was sharp to make it. As Abby Dixon tries to chip this puck up. It finally does get into the neutral zone, but Ella Victor there to meet her to cut that puck off. Send into the feet of Joel Normando with 3:40 remaining in this period. Off the boards, Vader Rigaud goes. Eastman trying to get it out. Scott Cook just outside of the blue line, gets tied up along the Pembina Valley Hawks boards, allows for Pembina Valley to get possession of this puck now as Ella Victor back in her own zone goes D to number 8, the AP for this team. Victor sent it up to Perrin, who kicked it out to Arkle. Arkle chips this pass and gets to it first in the corner. Feeds it below the goal line down to O'Brien as O'Brien tries to spin away from the check-in, but tied up too well there by two Eastman Selects players. Cox now heading towards the net. O'Brien has the puck loose in the corner, decides to rim this around. Now to the half wall, almost sent down low, and it does get sent down low by Cox. Now back on the stick of O'Brien to the net, rebound there, but I believe Cox was tied up. Now puck gets loose. Oh, tight end save in tight as I should say, made by Tomes as the net finally does go off, as we get a stoppage in play. It's Cassie O'Brien, second-year forward, making it happen with a good forecheck down low. Strong on the puck battles. Once she has some space, though, she's really crafty with her stick handling, really good skating ability. And on display there once again. Speaking of O'Brien, a good hand-eye ability, too, as she got infection on that shot that almost went through. Eastman, though, trying to make it 3 here in the dying minutes of this period. But it'll be Rakowski who turns it aside. Now that going off of the stick of Rock. And wide of the net. It's Rock. Primary defender doing well there to eliminate that chance. Played down Beavis to Garinier. Garinier will lose possession of the puck now, and it's sent all the way out into the select zone. Not going to be strong enough for an icing, though. So it'll be skated up around her net by Beavis. Stretches to Kennedy Carrier with that pass at the blue line. Now into the slot, back just out of the reach for Caitlin Schroeder to do much with it. As rimmed all the way down once again. Vader Rigaud gets loose, or sorry, Delaney Rigaud, that is. Had that shot paddled away. Schroeder along the boards, along with Delaney Rigaud, trying to get this puck out now. Rock, along with O'Brien, there for Pembina Valley. Now Arkle enters into the scrum. Loose puck picked up. Delaney Rigaud driving to the net. Loose puck there, but no one there to put it away. Back door for this select squad. Kennedy Carrier loses the puck. Behind her back, but Schroeder, she picked it up. Goes wide of the net. So we're approaching the final minute of play here. As we approach minute 40 of this one tonight. Sent in deep, Perrin goes chasing after it. Tries getting a pass across. I believe it's Arkle, but that one wouldn't go. Two selects, two Hawks battling down below. Strong with it, number 10 and Chloe Carrier to get it out. Now chip pass. A Hawks D up to Delaney Rigaud. Looking to go one-on-one. Slides it down below under the stick of the AP and number 8 for the Hawks. But that puck had different ideas of its own as it was going too fast and ended up too far for Delaney Rigaud to make or complete that move. It's another stoppage from Kasia Rakowski. As this draw won by the Eastman Selects. Chloe Carrier, her shot deflected wide of the net. So we're under 30 seconds here now. Down below, Ella Victor. Short pass to Darby. Darby spins around, fires this up to Arkle. But Arkle be converged on there by Lexi Remillard as well as Dixon. As with 10 seconds remaining, Duran just gets this out. Heidinger fast on that puck as she gets to it first. Off to the boards, this goes all the way down, and with that, we get the horn sounding the final buzzer for period number 2, as it's the Eastman Selects up 2-0 on the scoreboard. Maya Grenier scoring the most recent goal in this one, and Isabella Carrier opening up the scoring a bit earlier on to give them that 1-goal lead. Shots 33-13 in favor of Eastman. We started to see more offensive zone time for them during that period, and a much tougher time for Pembina Valley to get out of their own end. And we also saw that bottling of the D line, of the blue line, as I should say, in Eastman's zone. Not as strong for this Capitals team, as Eastman had many times in that period where they sent the puck off the boards and were gone off of 2-on-1, 3-on-1 rushes, and able to get behind this Pembina Valley Hawks team too at many times. But still, Pembina Valley's in this game. You know what the MO is in the defensive zone? Done a pretty good job most times in covering that player in front and letting Rakowski just worry about the shot. There's been a few times where Eastman has outnumbered Pembina Valley in front and have gotten great success, notably on that Maya Grenier goal and on Isabella Carrier's goal coming in on the rush. But if you're able to survive well enough in your own end, be wary that Eastman may start to load up the front even more. If you're able to survive in your own end and get good chances on the rush, maybe establish the zone for just that right amount of time to be able to get a quality shot on net to get it past Addison Tomes. And hey, you got one, you're right back in this one. But it's going to have to come, in my opinion, for Pembina Valley if they want an optimal chance to come back in this one. It's going to have to come from a strong start to this period. And for them to get one early, I think. For them to really turn the tides early in these next 20 minutes of play, which are the final 20 minutes of regulation. Eastman is looking for win number 11 tonight. Pembina Valley looking for win 6 and trying to tie Yellowhead for 4th in the standings. Eastman trying to reclaim first here tonight to jump 2 points over the Avros. What happens next in the first or the final 20 minutes of play, the final 20 miles of regulation? You have to stay tuned to find out for yourself. We might be changing the angle of our camera just a bit here due to it almost losing battery. No matter what, though, we'll have the third period of action. Up next for you all here from Niverville, Manitoba for MFHL Game Day. Eastman up 2-0 over the visiting Pembina Valley Hawks here on MFHL Game Day. Welcome back into Niverville Rec Center, everybody. It's 2-0 for the Eastman Selects, the home side, after the forced 40 minutes of play. As you can see by our camera angle, we've changed it up a bit, moving it closer to us in order to charge this thing. It's been one of those days today. One of those days for sure, and one of those games so far tonight for the Pembina Valley Hawks where they come out with some good jump. They had some good chances last period. They're getting good saves from their goaltender. It just, in moments and instances, this Selects team taking advantage of their opportunities and also getting a lot better in that second period. I found that, Eastman in their first period of play had some trouble transitioning up into the neutral zone out of their own end and breaking in. This time around, they had more successful on the chips past the Pembina Valley Hawks defense and getting behind the Pembina Valley Hawks with speed. The first step in them establishing the zone like they did in that second period of play and doing a good job once they were in and controlling that puck on the outside and getting their cycle going, which has given teams quite the fits this season. I take a look at the standings as well as the scores from Week 5. It was an eventful Week 5 in the MFHL. Eastman, if they're able to hold on tonight, they'd move back in the first place. Pembina Valley looking to tie Yellowhead in the standings if they're able to come back tonight. Looking to avoid falling to 5-9 on the year. Eastman, one of their losses, as you can see, there's not two total in regulation, but one of those being an OT, and a shootout, actually, to the Winnipeg Avros last Friday night. We'll give you a look at the schedule one more time here for the rest of Week 6. Doubleheader Friday, triple headers on Saturday and Sunday as well. Visit www.mfhluh.com for all the details on all the latest happenings from around the MFHL. I want to thank you all for choosing your home for MFHL hockey here in 2024-2025, once again on G-Show Productions on gshow.ca on this Monday night. It's the Eastman Selects who make their way out onto the ice first here, as Addison Tomes leads the Selects onto the ice. Rakowski leads the Hawks onto the ice. So we got set for period 3 in just a moment here. One moment, folks, as we're going to look to adjust our camera here for just a moment. So both teams, their starting lines for this period near the face-off circle at center ice, says the referee's making sure everything is set to go here before we get underway for the third period of action. I know that happened a few times last year where the refs would have a little discussion, a long one, before we got going for the start of play. Seems like they found an issue with the ice, actually. Maybe it's a bit too wet out on the ice. I know that's been a problem here at some points. I know at the Hockey for All Center for sure. So on this Monday night of MFHL action, we thank you for choosing G-Show Productions. We know there's another media outlet out there as well, but for those of you tuning into our game here tonight, thank you for doing so. We are your home of MFHL hockey here once again for a second year in a row here in 2024-2025. We got the MFHL podcast coming out on Friday as well. We're going to be in Stonewall on Saturday night for our next MFHL broadcast. And yeah, I'd like to tell you what the holdup is here, actually. Like, looking at the ice right now from my point of view, it looks a bit wet in certain areas, but overall it doesn't look like it's unplayable. Both squads, all they can do for right now is wait for this third period of play to start. I guess in the meantime, we'll take you through some stats leaders here. Or just kidding. Seems like we're about ready to go here. The refs must have sensed that we were getting impatient up here, myself specifically. I was wondering why this period hadn't started on time. It finally does start. We are underway here, 2-0 in favor of the Selects, heading into this final period of regulation here tonight in Stonewall. Nice job by Heidinger, dangling to the middle before having that shot turned aside by Cassia Rakowski. Chipped out by this Hawks team and sent all the way down into the Select zone. McCann Fasteners and Tools. Specific third period sponsor for us here tonight, as always. Your one-stop shop for all your industrial needs. Be sure to check out their store locations in Brandon and Winnipeg today, as well as their website at mccanfasteners.shop. Oh, Anderson, her pass attempt up to Perrin. She fanned on it, so it wouldn't go. Hepner picks up this puck now and circles, spins towards the boards before sending this down low. Ella Victor being pressured there by Maya Grenier, the most recent goal scorer in this game. Aggressive from her own point. Veda Rigo just keeping this down low for now. This ends up into the middle, onto the stick of a wide open Jessica Anderson as she has a player heading towards the net. That's Emma Duran, feeds the pass to her, but unable to be well enough to connect with her. As off of the skate, picked up by Cox, now sent across for number 18 in Duran, as Jessica Anderson got tangled up. Loose puck picked up Joelle Normando. That pass can't hit an outlet girl in Grenier, as the Selects finally do get it out off of the second effort, the second chance there. Passed up neutral zone. That too hard through the stick, through the legs of number 10 in Sophia Cox. Now being pressured there, Cassie O'Brien in the offensive zone. Left one for Duran. Duran has that sticked away by Beavis. In for good support as Cox plays it up into the slot for O'Brien, but that one unable to connect with her. Kennedy Carrier now had Isabella Carrier with her as well. Carrier just did a well enough job to hold the blue line, so no offside on the play. Listen to a skate of a Hawk before Isabella Carrier received a pass and sent it in deep. Goes off for a change. The Hawks turning it over in their own end. 17:33 remaining on the clock. Now it's O'Brien. Her pass too far for Sophia Cox. So turned over to the opposite number 10, Chloe Carey. Off of the skates to Delaney Rigo. Her shot deflected and out of play always exciting for anyone who's bought a 50-50 to hear if their tickets announced. Just heard that from the PA announcer here at Niverville Rec Center. Wonder what the pot is like here tonight for a game like this, where there's some fans in the stands for sure, but not the most packed we've ever seen, of course. Finally starting to get some winter weather. What I mean by that is snow, a huge snowfall today. I guess not huge, but snow coming down constantly today in Winnipeg, Manitoba. Hope everyone who, made it into Niverville tonight, drove safe from wherever they came from. And if you decided not to make the drive, we're glad you're choosing us to watch this game. As this into the neutral zone, now into the selects end. There's no icing on the plays. It's waved off. Tomes had the arm up. The ref's not giving it to the selects. This puck now stripped away off of the stick of Scott Cook. Down low picked up by Jessica Anderson, who weaves her way through, loses an edge, so no call on the play there, which could have been a tripping if you weren't looking close enough. Luckily, the ref was. Jessica Anderson looked like she was going to go to the point. Decides to send it down to Perrin, though, before going off for a change. Beatty now from her point stop spot. Steps up to the half wall. So loose puck picked up by Lexi Remillard. Into the skates it goes of Chloe Carrier. Scott Cook trying to regain this loose puck, but still can't. Nice job by Pembina Valley to maintain possession. O'Brien tried to make a quick pass to Perrin there in the corner, but had that puck sticked away. Beatty recovers it, coming in from her point position once again. Just behind the net, Perrin gets tied up by two selects players. Into the feet of Callie Remillard, or Lexi Remillard that is, trying to work this way up, but once again a strong forecheck from this Hawks team to hem in this Eastman Select squad. From the point, that shot tipped on net. O'Brien getting a stick on it, maintains possession of it for a moment, but she was tied up, and Callie Remillard came in to get that puck. Collision, huge one there at center ice between Delaney Rigaud and Cox. Rigaud going slowly towards her own bench. She goes to take a seat. Now that loose puck picked up now by the selects in the Hawks zone, but that shot can't get through as it's blocked up by Darby. Tied up now O'Brien behind her own goal line as she tried to make a play up to an outlet girl. This by Anderson again. Finally does get it out. No, that's O'Brien, that is, and she goes off for a change. Cross ice, stretch pass up to Danielle Hepner as she spins Delane towards the half wall, but she'll be tied up. Rubbed out along the boards as this puck back into the neutral zone. 14 minutes remaining in this one. Pass cross ice, number 9. Leah Clausen couldn't do much else with it. It'll be Schroeder who just decides to send it in deep. And that's been the MO for this Eastman Selects team, protecting a 2-goal lead here. Trying to in this third period of action. Playing a bit of keep away now. Vader Rigaud played it up to Kennedy Carrier, who goes to Isabella Carrier. Cross ice to Beavis. She activates into the zone. Tipped on net in front by Schroeder. For Eastman's 36th shot of the night. Will be stopped up and covered up by number 35 in Cassie Rakowski as she gives her team a bit of a breather. Set up for another defensive zone draw. That into the skates of AP and number 8 for this Hawks team, and played up to number 12 in Arkle as Arkle sends it in, trying to get a step on Vader Rigaud. Arkle able to win the race to the puck there, but Schroeder in for good support, picks that loose puck up and sends it out. Sure, she was going for Isabella Carrier, but ended up having that pass too far for her. Now onto the stick of Beavis. Has Schroeder near the blue line. Schroeder holds the line as Beavis decides to take it in herself. Beavis around the net protecting, being pressured there by two Hawks. Gets it up to the point to Dixon. Dixon tries sending that down deep, but cut off by Beatty. D to D she goes to Rock. But that play up the boards will be cut off by a select. And down low, it's Vaderigo now, who is the one who did intercept it. Vaderigo continuing work along the boards, trying to get this puck up to the point or loose. At that, Dixon in now for support. Dixon gets it, the captain. Up to Chloe Carrier. Carrier, her shot through a screen wide of the net. We will be getting a penalty here coming up as well to this Pembina Valley Hawks team, sending Eastman to the third power play for themselves of this game. The third power play in general only in this one so far. Is brought to you by Midcanton Fasteners and Tools, your one-stop shop for all your industrial needs. Sure to check out their store locations in Brandon and Winnipeg today. Eastman looking for much better results at working around this puck on the power play this time around. I want to forget about the last one they had, as Pembina Valley pretty much keeping them in their own end for most of it. As both of those came in the first period. Battling along the wall, it's Lexi Remillard. This goes to Delaney Rigo now, whose shot turned aside. Took that pass wall from the top of the point from Chloe Carrier. The minute 33 remaining still on the Emma Rock penalty for the Hawks. It's another face-off zone inside of the Hawks, and one and controlled by the Selects. D-to-D they go. Normando up to Blake Haas. Haas trying to shoot through a screen, but couldn't get through Hawks' body as that goes back door to Hepner, but bounces off of her skater's stick. Unable to do anything with it. The Selects, though, control from low to high up to the point again to Haas. To Hepner. Hepner trying to go to the slot and connected, but not well enough with Grenier. So that went off of her stick, off the backboards. Back on to Hepner as she circles up over the top left face-off circle. As that into the feet of Callie Remillard, plays it back to Hepner now. As Hepner surveying her options, circles back up top to Blake Haas. Haas back to Hepner. Hepner unloads, loose puck there, rebound, but nice job. Last efforts with those sticks from this Hawks team to keep the danger out from inside and sending it all the way down deep with 34 seconds remaining on this penalty kill. Nice job by O'Brien to win this forecheck. Spins around, makes two Selects players head to the ice, making them look silly, that is, with those moves. But it was her who would end up losing the puck at the end, being tied up along the boards as the Selects get this one back down again, rimmed out, strong enough into the neutral zone. Again, though, the Selects look for maybe one more chance here on the power play. Turned over, though, onto the stick. Sawatsky runs out of a bit of space and speed. She recovered that loose puck, just decides to send it down low as we're back to even strength. Another big kill for the Pembina Valley Hawks. Better this time around in the last half of it. Eastman had some good puck movement from low to high. Some good looks. But their momentum ran out. Kennedy Carrier pickpocketed that puck and sent it wide of the net. Or high of the net. She's down low with Schroeder. Both players tying up Pembina Valley Hawks players. As Pembina Valley trying to get this puck out loose, and they do just that. But Kennedy Carrier stays with her girl in Darby, having a stick on her. Turnover at the point. Beavis, her shot wide of the net. Goes off the backboards. Now to Vaderigo, as Vaderigo loses it in her feet. Seen her many times activating down low into the offensive zone. Try to make some offense happen. She remains out there, receives a cross ice pass from Schroeder. Schroeder goes off for a change now. Rigo stays out. It's Delaney Rigo who makes her way onto the ice. Tried to pass it to her sister, but didn't connect. And also, a cool fact, by the way, about the Rigos. Not only have they been playing hockey together for their whole lives, basically through club hockey, but they also play on the same team together with the Glenlawn Lions and are tied for the, I think, league lead-in points last time I checked. Having success anywhere they go, really. It seems, especially in these past 2 years since I've been made aware of them. just breaking into the league last year. Heidinger works it up. That shot tipped and just wide. Rakowski actually might have caught a piece of it, or might have attempted to. Southern that picked up by chance. Braun plays it off the boards, but once again, Lexi Remillard jumping in from that point spot to cut it off. Puck sent on net and covered up by this Hawks team once again, courtesy of Cassia Rakowski. 8:25 remaining. 2-0, still the lead in favor of the Selects. And haven't seen much offensive presence from this Hawks team all period long. That's something that has to change here as time running out for them. Talked about how they wanted their best chance to get back into this one, turn the tides early on with a early goal, a fast start. Weren't able to get it. Had some good chances offensively. For the most part, the Selects, it's been their MO, dumping it down. Getting better at retrieving those pucks and keeping possession as this period has gone along, as we've seen. Grenier just past the red line, sends this in deep. Puck was caught by the stick of Darby. Darby now has to be careful. Played that just quick enough to get past the check-in of Hepner. Now onto the stick of Sawatsky. Sawatsky is about to be cut off by Haas, so she just decided to dump it down deep, going off for a change. Haas gets a pass on her backhand, stretches this up the middle, almost connecting with Kennedy Carrier's backhand. Back it goes into the Pembina Valley end. Off the boards it goes now into the Select zone as it makes its way there. Duran giving a few two-handers to Schroeder on her way through. That puck, a bit of unluckiness for Kennedy Carrier as it went off of her skates. Now onto the stick of Schroeder, though. Schroeder carries it in, had that stripped away. The Hawks trying to get it out. Line held, oh, not quite actually, by Veda Rigo. Just the puck just exited out. And with that, 6:58 remaining. Eastman closing in on win number 11 here on the season. Unless Pembina Valley is able to work some magic. It's D to Beavis. It goes off of a face-off win from this Selects team. Beavis sent it in deep up the boards. Arkle sends it past, and now trying to send Perrin in. Anderson behind the Selects D, but couldn't, is Beavis getting there first to cut it off. Beavis, oh, nice job by her to spin away from the check-in down low. Completed the pass to a teammate, but the second pass behind the back of Kennedy Carrier didn't allow for that Selects team to break out the way they wanted to, and with that, they decide to just cover it up as Addison Tomes snags it with her glove. That's Jessica Anderson in on the draw against Shan Scott Cook. Scott Cook won it. Heidinger trying to chip it past number 14 in Beatty. Strong enough to do so. Sending Delaney Rigaud, who has a player going to the net. Backhand and oh, scores! The hesitation on our part was from the ref's hesitation of if that one did go in, and it signaled yes from the referees. So hard work, good effort to get that puck out. It started with Sophia Heidinger. Multiple whacks at it to send it past the defense of the Pembina Valley Hawks, and in the right place to recover it is Delaney Rigaud, who's able to work her way in. Had Shane Scott Cook head into the net, uses her as more of a decoy. Instead of shooting, has the space to take it to the net, takes it to the backhand strong, and with that for Delaney Rigaud. On the board for the first time here tonight for the Eastman Selects. It'll be her 8th of the season as well. And that goal brought to you by Macon Fasteners and Tools, with 5:40 remaining here in the third period of action. It's about curtains for Pembina Valley on this Monday night, unless something, and multiple things, as I should say, go their way, right? As this down low, Cassio O'Brien able to get it. Short pass to Duran. Side of the net, in front, off of a body, but wide of the net, that still goes. No shot registered for Pembina Valley yet on this sequence. Victor from the point, shot through, rebound there, off the post. Puck luck not there tonight for this Hawks team as Tomes able to snag that shot from the point. Gives a whack to a Hawks player in front afterwards. I believe that was O'Brien, but it has been a few times here for this Hawks team. That one, the most recent one. We're able to put that in. This looks like, a much different game potentially at 3-1. You had a backdoor chance in that first period that this line actually created and made happen. They could not finish that final execution on the play, which was completing that backdoor pass in the back of the net. So this goes down for another icing. So it'll be the Selects, another defensive zone face-off draw. For Pembina Valley, win this draw first and then load up that net. O'Brien, nice draw up to get her body in to tie up. Darby struggling with it at the point though as Darby loses her balance afterwards. Might have got tripped up a bit, but Pembina Valley able to survive. What could have been a potential 3-on-1. Hepner has Grenier going. Cross ice, almost offside, but just held the line. As into the corner, this one goes towards the front of the net. It goes as Darby was there to cut it off and send it to a teammate. I believe O'Brien, either way, no matter who made that pass, had it intercepted as Pembina Valley forced to work back in their own end again. Stretched or snapped onto the stick of Isabella Carrier. That pass goes. As Isabella Carrier, short pass back to Beavis. To the slot looking for a tip shot there was Beavis, but could not get it there. As it's picked up by O'Brien. Has Cox with her. 2-on-1 developing. To Cox. Cox looks to shoot, but a fan off of the stick. Not even a fan. That one just kind of rolled off of Cox's stick. She lost a handle on it. The puck luck, like we've just talked about, just not there for this Hawks team in some key moments tonight. As puck finally mustered out from along the boards. Perrin was being maybe a bit interfered there with Schroeder. Her and Schroeder were tied up with each other. Referees recognizing that and not going to send this face-off all the way down to the Hawk zone, as seen refs do so before if they think an offside egregious enough. Snapped onto the backhand of Perrin, who sends this in deep. Jessica Anderson, first forechecker out there. She'll be bested by Delaney Rigaud, getting their first, the most recent goal scorer in this game. Anderson trying to scoop this puck out from along the boards to get behind the Selects D, but out of the zone it goes, and now onto the stick of Beatty, who tries to send it in, but goes off of the ref. The linesman, that is. I think the linesman would have shaken his head on that one. It hit him. Picked up Perrin behind the back pass, turned over onto the stick of Scott Cook. With 2:30 remaining here now. 3-0 lead in favor of this Selects team. All they're looking to do is close this one out. Pembina Valley maybe looking for a goal at that, and they'd be satisfied looking to break this shutout. Of course, you'd want to come away with a win. But we won't say anything about that. Do not want to jinx anything throughout these final 2 minutes of play now, as nutmeg in a player there. Was Grenier getting nutmegged by number 18 and Duran, as Duran tries to dangle just before the line to make some space for herself. Now she makes her way down the right side out in front for Cox, but number 10 couldn't put that one away. Now at the point, Darby steps in. This Hawks team can sense it, a bit more urgency in their attack right now. As O'Brien, her shot from the point deflected once again. A good stick in the lane from the Selects team. Now driving from the side of the net. Darby had that deflected up towards the ceiling here at the Niverville Rec Center. Durant, good stick to have that puck stay in the corner for the time being for Chloe Carrier, working it opposite side now. The Selects finally able to get it out off of a chip of Callie Remillard. But it'll be the Hawks who are able to take it away. Good stick check. And enter into the zone again. Durant, her shot contested with on the way through. A nice stick there by Schroeder to get it in the lane. So with 1:01 remaining, Anderson, along with the Select centerman, heads touching each other, as it was Schroeder who ended up winning the draw, but now it'll be out into the neutral zone in the final minute of play. Now gaining into the zone. Isabella Carrier tried to dangle through Beatty, but couldn't find Schroeder high slot as Schroeder gets knocked down to the ice. No call there from the referees as this pass, side of the skate, it goes off of Anderson, but she's able to maneuver it now, trying to dangle past Normando, but nice job by number 11 to take away that move inside. 25 seconds remaining now. Anderson, her shot, rebound there. Tomes able to make that save as Arkle didn't get what she wanted on that. Not close to as hard as she could put that on net. She's thinking as into the neutral zone it goes. Is it Schroeder looking to shoot one more time? That's blocked up, but with 5, 4, 3 seconds left on the clock, it'll be the Selects who take a 4-0 lead in the season series. They earned their first shutout of the season against Pembina Valley specifically. And with that, it'll be Addison Tomes surrounded by her teammates and high spirits here tonight from the Niverville Rec Center. It's Eastman moving back in the first place, moving to 11, 1-1 now, with a 4th victory of the season against the Pembina Valley Hawks. For Pembina Valley, they fall to 5-9 on the season, remaining in 6th place in the MFHL standings as both teams head to center ice to shake hands. Shots 39-21 in favor of Eastman tonight. Those shots may actually change though as this game just ended. And they may add on another shot or so, but I'm not sure if they will. Isabelle Carrier, as I should say, opened up the scoring in the second period of this one. He followed up just over 2 minutes later by Maya Grenier. And Delaney Rigaud scoring the lone goal in this third period off of a really great effort, starting in the Select zone end, off of Sophia Heidinger working away on those boards. Overall tonight, I thought that, we'll go back to the start. Pembina Valley started with some good pace, had this puck inside of the Eastman Select zone, and throughout all the periods, Pembina Valley had instances where they were generating good offensive zone time. They got a really underrated forward group, and that Cassie O'Brien line tonight was working really well for them. It's just tonight, for the most part, in the Select zone, the Select's doing a really good job of getting sticks as well as bodies in the lanes of those shots, that action that was directed towards the net. And also, there were times tonight where Pembina Valley just couldn't capitalize on chances where got to be kicking themselves for because weren't contested by Eastman and able to have a clear chance to get that shot on net. But we saw it tonight. Fans are not completing that final pass on the back door, or simply just heading the post on a rebound when you have a wide open net. Got to be frustrating if you're Pembina Valley, but this also has to inspire you by how you started off tonight, really making this Eastman Selects team frazzle a bit. You could see their frustration throughout that first period. The good forecheck from Pembina Valley, making things tough for Eastman to get out of the zone. And Eastman not the cleanest on their first pass out their transition. But, as always, Eastman making adjustments as the game goes along and settling in, and boy did they ever. That forecheck once again, once it gets going, not really any team in the league that can stop it from what we've seen. Maybe the Avros, but Haven't seen them play in person yet against this Eastman Selects team specifically. So once that matchup comes, which should be a bit later on in the year, here on the network, I'm thinking we'd have a game between those two teams. We'll make it a priority if we don't have it on the schedule to feature those two teams, at least coming up in the next few months here in the season. But yeah, we'll go into the players of the game here tonight. The loser side tonight, we'll go with Can Central Sports Cards and Memorabilia for that. For the Pembina Valley Hawks, and hey, look, even though she lets in 3, there were times where she was outstanding with her saves and made some big saves to keep this Pembina Valley Hawks team relevant in this game and not allowing for the score to get any worse. It's Kasia Rakowski, number 35 for this Pembina Valley Hawks team. Rakowski was solid tonight. Sure, there was one goal she might have wanted to have back, but it's kind of tough when you're getting overwhelmed in front of your own net and you simply don't have the players to cover in those first 2 goals. And that last goal, one she would have liked to have back, but it's a great effort from the Selects team to make it happen. So, yeah, I thought Rakowski was solid overall. She gets player of the game here tonight for Pembina Valley, and made it a bit easier for me to give, Rakowski player of the game, given that Pembina Valley wasn't able to put one in on net. So, Rakowski gets PV's player of the game, brought to you by Can Central Sports Cards and Memorabilia, Winnipeg's premier sports cards and memorabilia store. Be sure to check out their website at cancentralsportscards.com. Also visit their store location at 995 Miltz Drive, located in Winnipeg, Manitoba. As for our winner's side, the player of the game brought to you by Make Cannon Fasteners and Tools, your one-stop shop for all your industrial needs. Who shall we give it to tonight? Addison Tomes comes away with a shutout. I gave Rakowski the player of the game in the loss. Eastman had some really good players that stood out, outside of their crease. But, you know what, since she earned a shutout here tonight, we're going to give it to Addison Tomes. Tomes, even on saves where she had to be sharp and had to come up with a huge save off of a rebound that was given up, she was there tonight for this Eastman Selects team, giving them, some stability in net, as both their goaltenders do, one of the best tandems in the league, and giving this Eastman Selects team confidence out in front. So Addison Tomes with a shutout on the night, brought to you by McKenna Fasteners and Tools. She gets player of the game for Eastman, and Rakowski gets player of the game for Pembina Valley. The 2 goaltenders tonight at that. As for our schedule for the rest of Week 6 here in the MFHL, we won't be back in action until Saturday night to broadcast in this league, where we'll be in Stonewall as the Westman Wildcats come to town. Our first look at them this season. Going to be exciting with considering where they are in the standings. Top 3 team in the league heading into Week 6. Until then, folks, we got the MFHL podcast coming out on Friday. Stay tuned for our details that will be released on our website as well as on our social media pages in the next few days here coming up. I want to thank Mid-Canton Fasteners and Tools, Can Central Sports Cards and Memorabilia, Terrico and Goaltenders for sponsoring another edition of MFHL Game Day and for continuing to support Manitoba Female U18 AAA Hockey League hockey here in the network, or here on the network. I've been your host and play-by-play commentator, Graham the G Show Forsyth, saying so long, everybody. The Selects move to 11-1-1 back into first place. The Hawks fall to 5-9, remaining in 6th place. Both will be back in action coming up this weekend. Good night, everybody. Take care. Thanks again for watching.